Hello and good morning. Welcome to Pro Advice. And when I say pro, you bet our guest is a pro. Jose Mata from Point Mortgage is here today with us. He is one of our preferred lender, doing a great job. And today we are discussing about how you win the bid when there's a multiple offer. Either you are a realtor who is representing a buyer, or you are a buyer who is looking for your dream home and constantly getting beaten down with the multiple offer situation. Even though you are qualified, you offering a good price, still you see like there's the 2 millimeter gap, like what Tony Robbins say, the winning and losing is this much gap. So as a pro realtor or pro lender, what they do to get their offer accepted. So we get discussing that today with Jose Mata from Point Mortgage. Jose, welcome to the show. Let's talk about a little bit about yourself, your business, how long you're doing it, and your company.
Yes, thank you, Sean. Thank you for inviting me to your show. Great show, by the way. Very, you providing wealth of knowledge, all your profession of the interview. So my name is Jose Mata. I'm a mortgage lender. I'm a branch manager from Point Mortgage, and I've been in the business since 2006. So when I started, remember those heydays, these different type of loans where everyone got approved. So I've been there. So I've seen, different type of markets already, the ups and down. So yeah, we've been doing it and working with real estate agents, by the way. It's my bread and butter. Working with realtors. I understand how realtors work. That's how I built my career. So I'm happy to share my expertise and my experience in your show today. So thank you.
So Jose, here's the challenge. As you know, right now, it's a seller's market. Means there's not enough listing. All the properties, they're getting multiple offers. And I'll tell you, we have two property in Miramar. Both of them, they're getting multiple offers. Okay, in a day or 2 days. Like it's not even like a month or 15 days. Of course, we do massive marketing and all that stuff, but getting multiple offers. So now, if we get 10 offers, and one buyer, get the contract, so 9 of them, they're not getting the contract. So what your advice, let's talk about pre-qualification side first. So
Yeah.
what your advice to make that contract look good, make it strong? What do you do as a lender?
Oh, great question, Sean. And yeah, we're living in a market that is, houses are flying. The moment you think about it, the following day already has a contract. So we in a market that, yes, people are buying homes, they're upgrading, they want to have, they're working remote, so they want to have an office, they want to have a pool, a backyard. So we're seeing this. The fact that people are buying is healthy because the interest rates are low. So let's talk about the pre-qualification. Back then, when I started back in 2006, all you had to do was just a normal pre-qualification over the phone, run credit, tell me how much you make, and there you go. You go look for houses. Now things have changed. Let's fast forward now that we're in 2021. You have to provide documentation now. No longer if you do that pre-qual over the phone and you get that pre-qualification letter, if he doesn't say, as a real estate agent, if I'm a real estate agent, I will review that letter, before I go out there and show homes. Because guess what? If you spend your Saturday and Sunday and your pre-qualification letter says, based on your credit report, you're pre-approved this much, but subject to reviewing taxes, pay stubs, and bank statement, so you only have a pre-qualification with subject to everything. Guess what? Your offer is going to be in the last and the bottom because it's not showing seriousness. How fast can you close? What's the commitment that you're going to have on this loan? And by the way, the bank hasn't reviewed anything. So how you guarantee that this buyer is going to close in this house? So the approval process is the most important part to be able to, get a better chance to get the contract.
Yeah, that's perfect, Jose. One of the things I like to mention here, any business, especially when it's a service business and real estate mortgage, all we do, we break the fear, and we solve the problem. For example, if I'm a buyer's agent, I'm a seller's, or a buyer, I have to see what's the fear of a seller, what's the fear of a listing agent. And the fear is there's 10 offers and picking up the wrong offer, and then after 30 days or 45 days they don't close because seller want the result, the listing agent want the result for the seller. So let's get back to the qualification. So Jose, just let's talk about the pre-qualification and a buyer already approved to see the property, or already approved under the document underwritten. So what are the differences, what the buyers need to do in this case, or the buyer's agent when need to do with the
Right.
mortgage broker? So and what is the benefit and the importance?
Of course. So a great question again, Sean. So basically, the real estate agent, buyer's agent, have to have a great communication with the lender or bank that the buyer have the approval. Because let's face it, when you're working with buyers, a real estate agent, you're not going to know every single lender or every single loan officer that your buyer was approved. So if you don't get involved, you don't make the call. Hey, how do you qualify this buyer? Do you review their documentation? Do you run credit? By the way, do you have a DU approval? Whoever doesn't know what's a DU approval, it's a desktop underwriting. This is when the loan officer runs it to the loan officer system, and the system gives you an approval based on their documentation. So right there, you already did 50% of the approval. If you have that, the real estate agent have to get involved. Communication. By the moment they're gonna prepare the offer to the listing agent, obviously the contract has to be detailed. What type of financing, the down payment, when can you have the loan commitment? When is the closing date? Because if you're confident as a real estate agent and the lender working together, if you're fully confident, you're going to fight for this offer. You're going to call the listing agent, have someone that is fully approved, that we could get a commitment 10 days to 15 days, and we could close in 30 days or less. When you present that to the listing agent, obviously you're going to have multiple offers. When you present that confidence and that lender gets involved, believe me, your chances to get that contract is going to be amazing. So you have to do the legwork. A lot of agents don't do the legwork. They just submit the offer, prepare, and that's it. You have to separate from the pack. Do something different. Share a story about your buyers. Hey, these buyers are, they're coming down from New Jersey. They're getting transferred from a job. Wife is pregnant. They're about to have a baby. So if you present that picture to the listing agent and obviously the approval, then what are your chances, Sean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, people respect that. They want to sell to a family who going to respect their home, even though the seller is selling their home. But they are, 99% cases I see the seller want to sell it to somebody who will respect their home, because it's not just a property. Other than investors, they have a different lookout. But for a homeowner who is selling the home, they're living there for 10 years, 15 years. Sometimes, I'm just selling a property now in Plantation. They live there for 40 years. So,
Wow.
They want somebody moving to that home. They respect that home the way they respect it, So those are important. You actually mentioned very, very good point, Jose. Now, let's talk about, from the lender side, what kind of communication you keep with the listing agent to help the buyer's agent to get the contract accepted.
Well, yeah. So this is something that the lender also, you cannot just do an approval and just send the approval letter and forget about it and go about your day. No, get involved. The problem is that if you don't get involved, you're not doing something extra to stand out. So what I like doing is I'll call the listing agent and I'll establish a relationship. Why? Because at the end of the day, I want the listing agent to get to know who I am, that I'm a local lender, I'm a direct lender, and that I'm able to, control this loan in-house. I don't have to give this loan and give it somebody's hand that I don't know about. So I'm gonna make the listing agent at ease to create that relationship. So that I give them my direct number, email, contact me at any time, so they can ask me all the questions about the buyer. The basic one. Hey, what's the credit? Did you check their income? Yes. Did you check the bank statement? Yes. Jose. So when you give that confidence to the listing agent and you give that flexibility and you're open about it, believe me, the trust. You have to build trust. Listing agent, buyer's agent, buyer, and obviously, and it's gonna go smooth. Because remember, the mortgage process, it's a lot of moving parts. We have to deal with appraisal, inspections. So if you have the underwriting and the financing in place, then you already did most of the work to be able to get that offer and obviously get it in closing. Ways reward is gold, so you have to come through so you can continue build a reputation and get more offers accepted. So I do get involved. I give them a call. I'm always following up so they can know that Jose is there to take care of their buyers.
Yes. See, that's the communication is very, very important. And then the other thing also, again, that we have to understand the situation of the seller. We have to understand when we are in this side, either I am a buyer or I'm a buyer's agent, we have to understand their situation, because this is a normal market. This is the fair, price housing are selling. It's not that foreclosure market is different. Foreclosure market, the foreclosure, the listing agents are different. They're just paper pusher, But this is a market where, some realtor is representing the seller. There's a lot of emotion involved, a lot of respect involved. So we have to understand, like, I see a lot of sometimes, not a lot of times, sometimes the buyer's agent, going to call, oh, I send you the offer. Why didn't you, whatever, respond, send me a response or whatever. But hey, look, if the house is getting 20, 30, I know one of the house, not here, through my coaching Tom Ferry coaching client, and he told me they had 60 offers.
Wow.
Now we have another one listing, one of the listing in Miramar, we got like 100 call in first day to show the property. So that listing agent is overwhelmed. Doesn't matter what system they have. So as a buyer's agent, you got to understand that, keeping the communication and tell them, like, look, I understand that you're going to get a tons of offer, because when I was showing the property, there's a line of car, on the street. And then you approach like that. Look, we are here to close. We are here to, make the transaction as smooth as possible for your client and for my client, because that's our job. It's a service, and then, hey, bingo, you get the deal, because most of the realtor will not do that, because why? Because they're not trained for that. So Jose, talk about, like, in the weekend, what you do, like, if you get a call like that, because most of the contract comes on Saturday or Sunday.
Well, I can tell you, yeah, a quick story, Sean. I'm glad you brought it up. Let's say, as a matter of fact, yesterday it was a holiday, right? President's Day.
Yeah.
So I received a phone call. I'm sorry, I was Sunday. Sunday was the weekend. I mean, us as mortgage lenders, we work on weekends, because like I said, we want to separate ourselves from the pack. So when you work on weekends, what are the chances that you're going to get a contract executed? Very high. Why? Because that's when most of the buyers are viewing homes. They're excited. They're ready to make a contract. So once that contract is submitted, I received the phone call from the listing agent, and she said, I picked up the phone. It was at 5 o'clock on a Sunday. Obviously, it was Valentine's. So when she asked me about the question, I realized who he was, who's the buyer, and I gave him all the facts. Guess what? On Monday morning, I had the contract on my email, because I told her, by the way, I said, Happy Valentine. Thank you for calling me. Yes, we're ready to go. I reviewed the documentation. Buyer's fully approved. We're ready to work. Guess what? She didn't have to go back and wait Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday to review all the offers, because I'm sure she did, but she picked the one that was fully approved, gave them the confidence, and they actually made a great offer. So they went with us. It's the little things that you have to do. So I say the story because you have to be personal. I know we have technology, we have all these great DocuSign and very cute, but you have to use personal relationship if you want, and you want the agent to be involved and to make that call, get involved, because those chances are very high for you to get that contract executed.
Yeah, and see, this is a great story. Thanks for sharing, Jose, because, for example, if you don't pick up the phone on that 5 o'clock on Sunday, you had a 50-50 chance, because the listing agent will say, like, okay, I called the mortgage broker. I understand this is on a Sunday, but it's a 50-50 shot. Just for you to pick up the phone, explain everything, you made that contract 100% secured. So that's what it is. Sometimes these little changes, little bit more caring, it makes the job done and get the service done for our client. So
and Sean, sorry to interrupt, but just to say, we do it because we care.
Of course.
Because you know something, when you have the buyer speaking to you on a Monday or Tuesday, I'm looking for home. This is what I'm looking for. That's what I care about. So I make the effort to pick up or call back to, hey, to help, because if I wouldn't have picked up the phone and forgot about it, oh, you know what, Monday's closed, called on Tuesday today, I would have missed a chance, and they will be stuck waiting for another home to show up. So
Yeah.
opportunity comes. When opportunity comes, especially in real estate, that it's all about communication, things happens. That's been my number one experience, is you have to take care of opportunities when he knock on your doors. That's why real estate, you could be successful, but only you have to call back. You have to do the work. It's a 1 minute phone call, contract, happy buyers, happy closings.
Yeah. So see, that's what it is. Like that is my suggestion. I'm Jose. You are doing business for a long time. Our office. Myself, I'm here over 21 years. And one of the advice I'll give to our audience, if you are thinking of buying a home, pick up the realtor, pick up the lender who is very very good with communication. Because at the end of the day, the communication is so important in our business. Because that one lack of communication can break the deal. So definitely, so what we got here, Jose, to make that offer work and make it to a contract, we have to have a full approval, strong approval, a great communication, and
Proactivity. Be proactive.
yeah, you got to be proactive. Yeah, and again, Jose, you are a direct lender, and if someone doesn't know, can you just explain what the difference between a direct lender and then the other kind of lenders?
Yes, yes. So as a direct lender, so when people hear, Chris, what are you? So we're a mortgage bank, direct lender. So what we don't do is depository accounts. We don't do checking or savings. We specialize in originating mortgages. We close it in house, so we have underwriters, processors, closing department. We have everything in place, communication. So when a file comes in, they know. I know the hands who they're working with. But once we get that clear to close, which is the happiest word we want to hear, it goes to the closing department, and I know who it is. It's gonna obviously it's working with the title company. It's gonna work in the closing package. So a direct lender has the funds, have the programs in house, FHA, conventional financing, VA loan, jumbo loans. So all that we have, all these programs in our arsenal to be able to provide the buyers, so we don't have to shop around from investors and then let them underwrite. We don't do that. We underwrite it in house. We don't let others underwrite and give them or the file. And if you say no, I have to go ahead and pack it to something. No, we don't do that. We want to do it in house, have control of the file, and have communication. Because obviously we provide updates to the buyer's agent, listing agent, title company, files in underwriting, file is approved. We're working with conditions. We clear the conditions. We clear the close. You got to have that communication at all times, whether it's online or offline. A direct lender will give you that flexibility. And if something happens, you want to be able to fix it. You don't want to, scramble and ask for two extensions. You know why? Because you said something. The seller is putting the house off the market, pending sale. So
Yeah,
they're gonna make a move, either to buy another house, whether they're going to another state. So we have to also look out for the seller.
of course.
Because they trusting us, giving us the contract, putting on the MLS, pending sale. They don't want to extend contract. They don't want to go 60 days, 90 days. So I urge these lenders, all lenders, to please do the approval correctly. Don't do it if it sticks, because that's the worst thing you could do as a lender.
Yeah,
Don't get an approval and I fix it later. It's the worst thing you could do. If you need to fix your credit, do it before.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Don't do it during the loan. If they don't have the money, don't say, well, they're going to have it in a month. No. Remember, look out for the listing agent. At the end of the day, it's your name. So you want to, this real estate business is built by your reputation. The moment they'll see your approval letter, and if you don't come through, and if you develop that reputation, they're not going to take it. So work with a reputable lender that they know it close.
Yeah.
Let
Yeah.
them know the close because that's gonna help you also get the executed contract. Where the approval letter is coming from, Sean. A lot of realtors don't know that.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
have to know which lender are performing, which one are not.
Yeah. Just to make it, a little simpler, and you provided a lot of good information on the direct lender side. So one of the thing what I like from my client perspective, or as a realtor perspective is you have full control on the processing and the activity of the file. So you are not over promising something, and because of that there's no surprise. And I remember, back in the days, one of it happened couple of times. Client went to a big bank, and what happening, the person who's taking the application is not, they may not have much experience. They don't have much experience actually, and then when it goes to the original underwriting, and they deny the file. In this case, when there is a direct lender, Jose, you have the full control from the day one to day 45 of the closing, or whatever, like, from the pre-qualification to close, like 90 days, find a property and all the stuff. Like day 1 to day 100, you have the full control. So you're not over promising to the client. Your promise is strong like a rock. So that's
Yes.
what I like about your process as a direct lender.
Yeah, some people say don't under promise, over deliver. No, over promise. I say over promise because that's when you over promise, you're confident. Oh, under promise, over deliver. I don't believe in that. Over promise, over deliver. Why? Because if I'm a listing agent and a lender calls me and he tells me, Jose, I have a buyer fully approved. I can send you the DU approval. This is my information. We're ready to rock and roll. I'm gonna feel confident. I'm like, okay, let's go, let's do it. But if you tell me, well, I don't know, I have to see, if underwriting approves it, and we'll see. I'll let you know. You're not providing confidence. You gotta you over deliver and over promise. Yes, I'm gonna make it happen. You need a 15-day commitment. Yes, let's make it happen. Why? Because you did your due diligence before. There's something that I have to, clarify. A lot of lenders, when the file doesn't go through, falls through, they blame FHA, they blame the underwriter. It's the underwriter's fault. No, it's your fault. Why? Because you didn't do a good job at the beginning.
Yeah.
And you made something right. Don't do just a phone interview and give an approval letter. Guess what? It's your job to review the information, and if you don't know, get trained.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what we're here for. Get trained, education. Don't blame the underwriter. All they're gonna do is review your work, your file. Okay, that's an excuse. For all
Yeah.
agents that are listening to this, don't fall for that. Do not blame FHA. They don't get involved. They only insure your file. That's it. The loan. They only insure the loan. They don't underwrite the loan.
Yeah, exactly. So Jose, a lot of great information, and I hope you got our audience, you got value from that. Remember, we want you to buy that dream home. We want you to get to the house you like, and we are here to help. Whatever it takes, keeping the ethical behavior, keeping that great, or the quality job, quality service. We'll do everything, whatever it takes, to get you that dream home. So Jose Mata here from Point Mortgage. My name is Sean Bhakta from REMAX Presidential. Give us a call anytime, any information you need, any inside knowledge you need. We are here for you. Make a comment here. Either you're watching this in the YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, LinkedIn, anywhere. So let us know. We'll be happy to reach out to you and clarify the answer. Thanks for joining in, Jose. Thank you for all the information.
Thank you. Thank you, Sean.
I'll see you guys our next episode of Pro Advice with another pro.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sean. Appreciate that.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.